let's discuss the basic concept of yin and yang. The basic concept of yin and yang has the following key points. The concept of yin and yang and yang are the summarization of the attributes of two opposite aspects of correlative subjects or phenomena in the universe. From the perspective of relativity, the original meaning of yin and yang was very simple and was from the hieroglyphs. It mainly referred to the directions facing toward the sun and away from the sun. Facing toward the sun belongs to yang, while facing away from the sun belongs to yin. Based on the Yin-Yang theory, the ancient scholars made further inferences and extensions. Anything with the characteristics of facing toward the sun was classified as yang, while anything facing away from the sun was classified as yin. Generally speaking, the things that bear the properties of being active, external, ascending, warm, and bright pertain to yang, while the things that bear the properties of being static, internal, descending, cold, and dark pertain to yin. From the perspective of separability, the ancient scholars realized that all kinds of things and phenomena had two opposite sides. The mutual actions of the two opposite sides promote the formation, development, and change of things. Therefore, yin and yang was used to explain all kinds of natural things that were interopposite and mutually wane or wax. Interactions between yin and yang exist intrinsically within all kinds of things. Thus, yin and yang is refined to a specific philosophical concept. It is the summarization of the attributes of two opposite aspects of correlative things or phenomena in the universe. Now let's talk about correlation. Yin and yang refers to the attributes of two opposite aspects of correlative things or phenomena. It can be used to distinguish all kinds of phenomena under the condition that yin-yang stands for two correlative things or two opposite aspects within one thing. The ancients realized that all things can be divided without limitation. Any correlative things or phenomena in the universe can be summarized as yin or yang. Any aspect of yin or yang within one thing can be further classified into yin or yang. This classification is called the infinite divisibility of yin and yang. Everything is in constant motion. Therefore, the attributes of these things in yin and yang can change as well, which means that one side of yin and yang under a certain condition can transform itself into the other. That is, yin may change into yang and yang may change into yin. Obviously, the yin-yang attribute is in relative motion and changes constantly. So, the basic contents of yin and yang theory are mutual opposition and restriction, mutual rooting and dependence, waxing and waning, and balance, as well as mutual conversion. So to summarize again, the key points here are the basic contents of yin and yang theory, mutual opposition and restriction of yin and yang, mutual rooting and dependence of yin and yang, waxing and waning and balance of yin and yang, and mutual conversion of yin and yang. So let's first discuss mutual opposition and restriction of yin and yang. The opposition and restriction of yin and yang include two aspects. One aspect refers to yin and yang, while their properties are opposite in universe, such as heaven and earth, day and night, cold and heat, active and static, internal and external, ascending and descending, and entering and exiting. The other aspect refers to complicated relationship of mutual restriction and opposition between yin and yang, such as the four seasonal changes. It is warm and hot in spring and summer because ascending yang qi restricts the cold, cool qi, while it is cool and cold in autumn and winter because ascending yin qi restricts the warm, hot qi. These are results of mutual restriction between yang qi and yin qi in nature. Now let's go to mutual rooting and dependence of yin and yang. Yin and yang are rooted in each other. One cannot exist without the other. For example, upper belongs to yang and lower to yin, and without the lower, there would be no upper and vice versa. Left belongs to yang and right to yin, and without left, there would be no right and vice versa. Thus, it is obvious that yin and yang rely on each other. Interdependence of yin and yang refers to the mutual generation and promotion among certain categories of yin and yang relationships. Take, for example, heaven and earth and cloud and rain. The water and earth can be carried up to the heaven to form cloud and mist by the ascending of earthly chi, while the cloud and mist in the sky can fall onto the surface of the earth in the form of rain by the descending of heavenly chi. This reciprocal process of cloud and rain and heavenly chi and earthly chi is called the interdependence of yin and yang. Now let's go to the waxing, waning, and balance of yin and yang. The waxing and waning of yin and yang refers to the movement of yin and yang. The two opposite and interdependent forms are not in a state of stillness but constantly change. This change includes the following two types. The first type, yin wanes while yang waxes, or yang wanes while yin waxes. The mutual restriction of yin and yang leads to such a consequence. For example, considering the four seasonal change, from winter to spring and summer, the weather becomes warmer gradually, which is called yin wanes and yang waxes. While from summer to fall and winter, the weather becomes cooler gradually, which is called yang wanes and yin waxes. In the second type, yin wanes, the yang also wanes, or yin waxes, the yang also waxes. Under the conditions of reciprocity of yin and yang, any side of yin and yang becoming too deficient to promote its counterpart will make it weak, while any side of yin and yang becoming abundant will promote its counterpart. So yin-yang also gets abundant. For example, in qi and blood, qi belongs to yang and blood belongs to yin. Qi promotes blood production and its deficiency may further cause blood deficiency, resulting in manifestation of deficiency of both qi and blood. Tonifying qi can promote the generation of blood. Thus, qi and blood are both sufficient. The former is called waning of yin and yang, and the latter is called waxing of yin and yang. The waxing and waning movement of yin and yang is absolute and endless. When waxing and waning of yin and yang can be kept within a certain range, degree, and period, it will not be recognized and things will be in a relatively stable state. On the contrary, when waxing and waning of yin and yang are not kept within a certain range, degree, and period, things will be in an abnormal state. Now, let's go to mutual conversion of yin and yang. Mutual conversion of yin and yang refers to yin and yang conversion among themselves under certain circumstances. It is a change of the attribute of yin and yang. Anything has two aspects of yin and yang and is in the state of waxing and waning motion. When the motion is out of a certain range, one side of yin and yang can transform itself into the other. This change often occurs in the extreme phase during the changing cycle. The waxing and waning of yin and yang is a process of quantitative change, while the transformation of yin and yang is a process of the qualitative change based on the quantitative change. The transformation of yin and yang can be a gradual process such as the alternation of cold and warm during the 4 seasons. It can also appear to be a sudden process such as the sudden shock or fainting as well as the cold extremities during the acute febrile disease symptoms. Symptoms change suddenly from yang to yin. No matter which kind of form it converses, it will always experience a process from quantitative change to qualitative change. Therefore, the mutual rooting and interdependence of yin and yang is the foundation for the transformation of yin and yang. And the waxing and waning of yin and yang is an important prerequisite for the transformation of yin and yang. Thank you for your attention.